Good day, everyone. My name is Teacher Loretta of Rosario National High School, your teacher for Science 7. Are you ready for another lesson? Okay. Our objective for today's lesson is to distinguish mixtures from substances based on a set of properties. So be ready with your paper, notebooks, and pens. From the time you wake up till you sleep at night, you always encounter substances and mixtures. In our home alone, you can already identify substances: the air we breathe, the water we drink, and others. In this lesson, we'll first focus on pure substances. Before proceeding, let us first be reminded of the following expectations. After the lesson, you should be able to 1. Define pure substances. 2. Describe pure substances based on a set of properties. And finally, relate the importance of pure substances in real-life situations. Let us find out if you can still recall your last lesson. You will be given 5 questions to remind you of your past lessons. Directions. Choose the correct answer. You will be given 3 seconds to answer each question. Let's begin. 1. What are the 2 classes of matter? A. Atom and molecule. B. Element and compound. C. Plant and animal cells. Or D. Substances and mixtures. That's right. 2. What is the difference between a substance and a mixture? A. Substances can be separated while mixtures cannot be separated. B. A substance is heterogeneous while a mixture is homogeneous. C. A substance has many components while a mixture has only one. D. A substance is pure while a mixture is impure. Correct! Question 3. Which of the following process is used when separating salt from seawater mixture? A. Condensation. B. Distillation. C. Evaporation. Or D. Filtration. That's right! Good job! Question 4. Which of the following is a physical appearance of a substance? A. Complicated. B. Homogeneous. C. Heterogeneous. D. Non-uniform. Awesome! Question 5. Which is not a technique to separate components of mixtures? A. Condensation. B. Distillation. C. Evaporation. Or D. Filtration. Perfect! Did you get all the correct answers? Very good! Now, we can proceed to our next lesson. First, we are going to read a poem. As we read the poem, take note of the differences of substances and mixture mentioned in the passage. Let's start. I Am Substance, I Am Mixture by Wilfredo D. Bartolo Jr. Matter has 2 broad classes: mixtures and substances, each one with differences. Let us start with their appearances. Homogeneous or heterogeneous. Telling a substance from a mixture can be used. When substances are all homogeneous, mixtures can be homo or heterogeneous. Next way to distinguish is through separating technique. Mixtures can be separated easy and quick through evaporation, distillation, and filtration, but not substances due to chemical combination. Substances and mixtures behave differently, during boiling and melting most especially. Boiling point of substance is fixed, while mixture is not. Substance melts completely, but mixture does not. I am substance, I am mixture, two worlds apart. Just always remember the differences they've got to distinguish a substance or mixture from what is and what is not. Okay, did you listen well? How did you find the poem? Great! Let's answer the following questions. Question 1. Which of the following is the appearance of a pure substance? A. A substance has the same composition all throughout. B. A substance has two or more composition. C. A substance has a non-uniform composition all throughout. D. A substance is heterogeneous with a uniform composition all throughout. That's right. Question 2. What is true about the melting point of a substance? A. The melting point of a substance is non-uniform. B. The melting point of a substance is not always fixed. C. Substances melt completely in a short span of time. Or D. Substances melt with varied range. Correct! Which of the following is true to the boiling point of a substance? A. Boiling point of a substance is not always fixed. B. Boiling point of a substance is fixed and sharp. C. Substances boil with varied range. Or D. Boiling point of a substance is not stable. That's great! I knew you'd get it. To sum it up, pure substances are one of the classes of matter. Substances are homogeneous or with uniform composition and appearance are the same all throughout. The temperature of a substance is fixed and sharp. During melting, a substance melts completely or smoothly within a short time. From the poem, we have learned that mixtures can be separated by filtration, evaporation, and distillation. But what about substances? Can we separate substances? To answer this, let me show you another set of property that distinguishes a substance from a mixture. The figure below shows separating technique for the components of pure substances. Another set of properties that distinguishes substances from mixtures. This is an electrolysis setup. In this method, a chemical change occurs when an electrical energy is applied externally. The positive ions of the electrolyte migrate to the cathode or negative electrode, while the negative ions flow to the anode or positive electrode. Through this, the water components are separated to hydrogen and oxygen. How interesting! Water can still be separated. Did you understand the process of electrolysis? Good! Let's put it to the test. What is the name of the pure substance H2O. Great! Next question. What are the components of water? That's right. In the picture, can we separate hydrogen from oxygen? That's right. What is the process that separates components H and O of water? Perfect! I knew you'd get it. In pure substances, the components are chemically combined. The component parts are difficult to separate except for water. During the process called electrolysis, or by passing electric current, the components hydrogen and oxygen of water are separated. Another method of distinguishing substances from mixtures is through their boiling points and melting points. We have here Activity 1.2 showing a table for boiling point of two liquid samples. Scenario 1. Melting point of two solid samples. Chef Matt and his assistant observed two solid samples, solid A and solid B. They can't determine which is a substance in mixture just by looking at it. So to distinguish which is which, they heated the two samples using an improvised melting dish. Both the two samples were heated at the same time and received an equal amount of heat. After a few minutes, they had observed that solid A melts completely within a period of time, while solid B has portions that seem to not be melting. To find out if you have understood the important concepts of the lesson, answer the following questions. Remember the concepts from the poem regarding the boiling and melting temperature of liquid and solid, respectively. Now, let's answer the following questions. Question 1. In Table 1, boiling point of two liquid samples, which liquid sample is a pure substance? That's right. Let's look at this table. What can you say about liquid A's temperature? It is constant. Yes, that's right. And your observation? That's correct. The temperature at the start changes, but after a few minutes, it becomes constant. Then what about the temperature of liquid B? That's right. It's varied. And your observation? That's correct. The temperature keeps changing while heating. Therefore, the pure substance is liquid sample A. Question 2. Referring to Scenario 1, melting point of two solid samples, which solid sample is a pure substance? Let's look at this table. What can you say about solid A's appearance? That's right. All parts of the sample melted. And your observation? Correct. It melted completely. Then what about for solid B? What can you say about its appearance? That's right. some parts of the sample did not melt. And your observation? That's correct. It did not melt completely. Going by these results, we can say that solid A is the pure substance. That's right. Perfect. Did you get all the correct answers? Great job! Chef Matt approves. I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. Remember, during boiling, the temperature of a substance changes at the start. Then it becomes the same and constant. During melting, a substance melts completely or smoothly within a short time. Don't forget, okay? See you next time!